Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak and Robert Paris, and Jolie Atwood with the Community Calendar. Thank you for joining us. Authorities in Billerica are asking the public's help to locate a woman who has been missing since March and was last seen in Burlington. The Billerica police said they are requesting assistance in locating and ensuring the well-being of Annalisa Golder. Anna was reported missing by her family on July 7. The investigation has determined that she was last seen on March 24th at the Market Basket in Burlington. According to police, Golder has a history of mental health challenges and has gone missing before. Approximately 5 years ago, she disappeared after failing to arrive home from a family event in Washington, D.C. She was later located in a homeless shelter in the D.C. area. Police also say Anna has lived alone at her apartment in Billerica, but has not been seen in months. Her vehicle was located and secured in its parking space at the apartment complex. Although an examination of her vacant apartment and vehicle do show signs of neglect consistent with a possible mental illness, at this time there are no signs of foul play. Residents who know anything are asked to contact the Billerica Police with any information as to the health, safety, and whereabouts of Annalisa Golder at 978-667-1212. One of the biggest questions right now is what to do about the upcoming school year, and now the Burlington School Department wants to hear from parents and guardians about their thoughts on the situation. In a blog post, the department explained that on Friday, the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education released information related to the reopening of schools. In one document, Commissioner Jeffrey Riley said all school districts should come up with a plan due on Friday, July 31st, that includes alternatives based on the spread of the coronavirus when reopening is scheduled to begin. These alternatives are in-person, hybrid, and remote learning. Despite wanting the different options, Commissioner Riley added that he thinks the main focus should be in-person education due to the current low transmission rates of COVID-19 in the states. He also said he is requesting districts to hold off on releasing what final plans they come up with until at least early August. In the blog, Burlington school leaders said they understand that people are concerned about how the school year will begin, and they are working hard to come up with a plan that will both facilitate education and prioritize safety. They said the plan will be based on science and a current evaluation of the situation. They also asked parents and guardians to complete a survey with their thoughts on the reopening plan and whether students would use bus transportation or purchase school lunches. You can find a link to the survey on our website at bcattv.org/bnews. A national chain with a Burlington location will be closing its local store as part of a bankruptcy due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As reported by WUSA, cookware and kitchen chain Sur La Table is closing 50 of its 120 locations, including the store in the Burlington Mall. The Seattle-based company will sell the remaining stores to an investment group following the bankruptcy procedure. That sale will also include the company's in-person and online cooking classes and its e-commerce sites. Sur La Table opened its doors in Seattle's historic Pike Place Market nearly 50 years ago, inspired by our founder Shirley Collins' love of cooking, the company said in a note on its Facebook page on July 8. That inspiration remains strong, but a lot has changed since then. Today we took an important step to ensure a bright future for Sur La Table, the Post continues. While things are different now, our mission remains the same: to create happiness through cooking and sharing good food. Are plastic bags from the grocery store cluttering your home? You can now go back to bringing your bags with you and both saving space and helping the environment. Last Friday, Dr. Monica Burrell, Commissioner of the Mass Department of Public Health, rescinded the order restricting the use of reusable bags in grocery and retail stores. The order has been in place since March 25 and was meant to reduce COVID-19 exposure for customers and employees. As the number of new cases trends downward and the state continues with phase 3 of the reopening plan, Dr. Burrell said it was time to make that change. With phase 3 of the state reopening plan underway, one type of business welcomes back customers is fitness centers. But what safety protocols do they have in place? To find out, BNews reporter Robert Paris went to talk to some of them and has this report.
With phase 3 already underway, many residents around town are out enjoying the weather at their favorite places. A number of people have been waiting for access to their fitness centers and gyms, who got the okay to reopen at the start of phase 3. This week, I had a chance to speak with some of the gyms around Burlington, including Fitness Together, Lifetime of Burlington, and Planet Fitness. All of these places have come up with a plan for clients and gym goers to work out in a safe environment.
We're sort of already set up for the social distancing. We have individual pods that our clients work out in. So we didn't really have to worry about too much of the, large gym or large floor format. So for us, we pivoted, we came out of a fully virtual schedule with our clients. And then with the phase 3 reopening, we moved into, back to, some in-house training, and we've kept the virtual training. So we've done well with it. It's been a successful reopening.
For us, Lifetime has always been and always is the place for our members to live a healthy way of life, right? We pride ourselves in having the best places, the best people, and the best programs, and that hasn't changed. What has changed, though, is how we do that in obviously a post-COVID-19 world.
In addition to keeping everyone at a distance, extra cleaning and temperature checks have been put in place to keep everyone healthy.
So when a client enters into the studio, they're wearing a mask. We do a temperature check with a touchless thermometer to make sure the temperature's in the correct range. Then we go through a quick questionnaire protocol to make sure that they haven't been around anybody with COVID or carrying with COVID. And then if they answer yes to any of them, what we do is we just reschedule their session to a virtual.
So some of the guidelines we have is we ask all members to wear a mask. If you're doing strenuous exercise, it's okay to drop the mask, but we ask that you stay a safe distance from somebody else. 14 feet is what we're asking. We do have blocked off areas throughout the gym, so you can work in a certain station, and our equipment is 6 feet apart. We've moved all the treadmills are blocked off treadmills, so it's 1 on, 2 off. So with the mask down, if somebody's running, that's still safe.
We partner with an epidemiologist and an industrial hygienist to create this protocol and training for our team members to make sure we're cleaning our club through and through, twice a day, floor to ceiling, and also throughout the day periodically as well. We've added cleaning stations throughout our facilities to make sure our members can sanitize the equipment before and after their use.
As we cope with phase 3 and the pandemic, we need to work together no matter what.
It's just exciting that we're able to do that for the community and provide that service for not only the town of Burlington and the residents, but also the surrounding towns. And as the commuters start to reopen their offices and come back in, we're looking forward to seeing them as well.
Right now, I do feel that everybody who has been in here is happy with the restrictions that are in place and the way we're handling it, but I am looking forward to just getting back to our regular normal.
I think we're looking forward to getting really good at keeping our members and our team members safe in our new normal routine, while we are still the best place for them to live a healthy way of life.
From Planet Fitness, Fitness Together, and Lifetime, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Burlington seniors are once again being given free produce in a program aimed at helping them both save money and eat healthier. The Seniors Farmers Market is a joint effort between Leahy Hospital Medical Center and the Burlington Council on Aging. Every summer they hold weekly markets where seniors can pick up free produce. This year it will look a little different, as all things do. Instead of coming into the senior center, the market will be grab and go, meaning seniors will just pull up and staff will place the produce in their trunks. Still, COA Director Marge McDonald said it will be a chance for staff members to quickly visit with seniors they haven't seen in months. Also, at least for the first sessions of the program, the market will be held in the parking lot of Burlington High School due to the paving work at the senior center. The market will be from 2 to 2:30 at the main entrance of the school. The market is also by appointment only, so anyone interested should contact the Council on Aging. Marge said the market is a great program and thanked Leahy for their support, saying the hospital is always very generous to the center. She also said the free produce goes towards the goal of providing healthy food for seniors and hopefully keeping them out of the hospital. With everyone mostly stuck at home, now more than ever, it is important to put down social media and pick up a good book. In that spirit, the Burlington Public Library is holding its annual summer reading program, though of course it looks a bit different than other years. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford has this report.
It's summer, and that means summer reading at the Burlington Public Library. Most years, the annual program sees a lot of events in the library around it, including a kickoff celebration that will bring upwards of 300 people. In 2020, however, things are a bit different due to the coronavirus pandemic. All the events have been moved online, and while patrons can still pick up books, they can only do so with the library's curbside service.
It's a different feel, and it's a different mindset, I think, this year than in years past. So it exists. There's a summer reading program. There is something for everybody, but it is definitely different than years past.
Registration can be done online or by filling out a form and placing it in the library's book drop. There are 4 different programs: early literacy, children, teens, and adults. The theme this year is Imagine Your Story, but while in other years they have tried to keep people on theme, it's a bit more relaxed this time around.
We've always allowed people to read whatever they want, but we do have a theme. The theme is Imagine Your Story. So people are encouraged to read absolutely anything.
This year the theme is fantasy, and we're kind of going with it, kind of not going with it. I think this year we just want to get people signed up and reading, so we're not really too concerned about what the theme is.
As mentioned, summer reading isn't just for kids home from school, but for adults as well. The program even includes prizes that could be won by finishing books.
So at the Burlington Public Library, we've always taken the view that summer reading isn't just for kids. So we began the adult summer reading program years ago. And the idea is that we have less programming over the summer because people are on vacation, and being able to read and let us know what you are reading is a way to stay a part of the library and to stay engaged.
The adult program is already going strong.
So far we have 55 people registered, and those 55 people have read over 100 books so far. And the summer reading program continues to August 21st, so there's still a lot of time to be a part of it.
Finally, Amanda said that many parents, herself included, have been a bit lax when it comes to monitoring screen time for their children, and that the summer reading and all the events associated with it are good ways to get kids off the tablets, or at least to use the tablets for ebooks or audiobooks.
Well, that's precisely why. So I think having a program like this, it gives parents another option. Like, instead of putting on your tablet, how about we do some reading time right now? Let's, find a quiet area, do some reading time, log your summer reading hours, to kind of disconnect from all that online stuff.
From the Burlington Public Library, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
The library also has a large number of e-books, e-programs, and free music online. You can check that out at their website. Looking to get out of the house and enjoy some entertainment in a safe social distancing way? The Burlington Parks and Recreation Department has restarted its children's shows, concerts on the Common, and family movie nights, though there are some restrictions in response to the pandemic. Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan said a lot of planning and working with the Board of Health went into getting events up and running in a safe and responsible way. The biggest change is that pre-registration is required, and each event is limited to 100 people. Each family will be given a 10-foot ring where they can be socially distanced from others, and each ring can hold up to 10 family members. When arriving or leaving the town common, families are asked to use only the walkway coming from Town Hall. Direct contact with performers is strictly prohibited. Also, face coverings are required when residents are unable to maintain physical distancing. The restrooms in the Town Hall Annex will be available for those who need them. There is still no charge. The children's shows are on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Concerts on the Common are Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. and the family movie nights start at dusk on Wednesdays. Volunteers with specific skills are needed to fill a committee dedicated to reviewing the town's annual audit. The Burlington Board of Selectmen is currently seeking members of the community to fill seats on Burlington's audit committee, and notice from the town states. Applicants will preferably have a background in accounting or finance. The purpose of the audit committee is to work with the town's financial team and other town administration in reviewing the results of the annual audit as performed by the town's certified public accountant. If you wish to be considered for one of these positions, you can find a link to the application at our website at bcattv.org/bnews. BNEWS Eye on Nature visits with Master Gardener Peter Coppola to find out how to fend off unwanted pests and predators and defend your garden all season long. Let's have a look.
Veggies are growing and flowers are blooming. Gardens everywhere are thriving, and unfortunately, so are their pests and predators. Master Gardener Peter Coppola
This has been a great gardening season.
once again joins BNews with some pro advice on protecting your garden's growth.
The biggest thing people think about right away is fencing. I'll just keep the woodchucks and everybody out, and that's great. But fencing comes in all different shapes and sizes, and they don't all work for everybody. For instance, this is fencing specifically for rabbits. The idea is these slots are very small and the rabbits can't get through. Well, that's great, but it only goes up to about 1 foot in height, and immediately above there is this big, nice 4-inch square. So this by itself doesn't solve the problem. And then you've got this nice decorative fencing that comes in 2, 3, 4, 5 feet of height. It's a 2-inch by 4-inch square. That'll keep out adult rabbits, but it won't stop the baby rabbits or chipmunks or squirrels from getting into the garden. So these by themselves aren't the solution. Then there's poultry fencing, also known as chicken wire. So let's take a look at what I do. Now, as crazy as this seems, I use everything, multiple defenses, starting with this plastic fencing. This is just flimsy plastic, which helps deter the woodchuck from climbing in. As the woodchuck climbs, the plastic collapses and the woodchuck can't get over the fence. Behind that, I have the poultry fencing, which keeps the smaller baby rabbits from getting in. And then beneath that, I have this black plastic strip. And the idea behind this, which is remarkable to me, is it makes the garden invisible. It's a stealth garden. So if you put yourself at rabbit height, going past this pathway, you can't see the vegetables that are growing in the garden. So let's talk a little bit about the insects and diseases in the garden. First of all, understand that plants are more than capable of taking care of themselves. They have built-in defenses that they've developed for over 2 billion years. It's our responsibility to give them an environment where they can grow and be healthy, and they'll take care of themselves. Also, when we're talking about insects and bugs and diseases, the reality is that more than 50% of those pests in the yard are good guys that go and kill the bad bugs. It's just our job to help them. So one of the things that I do is what I call a feels good spray. It's liquid dish detergent in ammonia. You mix it in a hose end sprayer. It works out to 1/4 cup of each to a gallon of water, but then you spray the whole yard with it. What we're talking about is something that breaks up the magnetic bond with the water molecules that helps the water permeate into the soil and not run off. That's what the detergent does. Whenever you spray any kind of pesticide, fertilizers, anything like that, you should be using this to help the plants. The ammonia is a very, very mild fungicide. It's nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen mixed with a little bit of water, diluted with water. So there's not a lot of chemical here at all, and it's all, we'll say, natural. So it's a nice, low, one step up in the organic pesticide management system where you're pulling the bugs off the plants and it cleans it. So I do this every couple of weeks just to keep the plants clean. That's all you need to do to address your insects and diseases.
Some household ingredients and multiple fences make for best defenses against animals, bugs, and disease, and are a great way to make your garden grow.
The Burlington Garden Club is holding a contest with a free membership, annual membership, to give exposure to Burlington's gardeners. You can find more information on the Burlington Garden Club Facebook page. BNews reporter Robert Paris once again sat down with Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan for another department update. Let's check it out.
The kids are playing and having fun at a distance. This week I had another COVID-19 update with Burlington Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan. And this time we headed up to Simons Park to catch up on what's happening with the summer programs.
We're here today at Club Simons, but we also have Park Place program going on, gymnastics, a preschool art, tennis lessons. So we have quite a bit of things going on, not as much as our typical summers, but things are really going pretty smoothly. The staff has adapted to the modifications in place this year, and the kids are really resilient.
Parks and Recreation is excited to announce that the concerts and other summer town common events are back.
So yes, we are all set and ready to go with concerts and children's shows. People will probably notice the common has some yellow lines surrounding some sections. Those are our performance areas and our audience areas. And then inside the audience areas are white circles, 10-foot circles. You have to pre-register for a concert or show this year in movie. And you can do that online.
The summer is short here in New England, and the department is ensuring everyone gets to enjoy a little outdoor activity before the cold weather returns.
I want to see happy faces under the masks. You know, you can tell when someone's smiling. Everyone's used to it now. Their eyes show it. Any feedback we like, but positive feedback, is really great, especially for the staff who have put in a lot of work to make sure we can offer these programs safely and that they're still fun.
From Simons Park, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Though not everything is open yet, there are still events happening in Burlington. For all the latest, we go to Jolie Atwood with this week's community calendar.
Hey everyone, I'm Jolie Atwood and this is your community calendar. Get ready for a fun-filled show full of yo-yo tricks. On Monday, July 20th at 6:30 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having the yo-yo show as part of the children's shows on the town common. Everyone is welcome and pre-registration is required. To register, go to burlingtonrecreation.org or call 781-270-1695. Come and play a quiet game of chess. On Tuesday, July 21st at 7 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having the virtual chess club. Everyone is welcome and pre-registration is required. For more info, go to burlington.org or email the reference desk at ref@burlingtonpl.org. Want to go swimming? The wading pool is open for Burlington residents now through August 28th at Simons Park. Register a spot online at burlingtonrecreation.org, and for more info, call 781-270-1695. I'm Jolie Atwood, and that was your community calendar.
Highlight. This week's photo was a highly stylized one of a local landmark. It was sent in by Vishad Nigram and shows Boston Harbor from a July 11 visit he took to the city. The way he shot it really makes the colors pop. Thank you for the photo, Vishad. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of your stay-at-home activities, finally eating al fresco at your favorite restaurant, shots of your pets, friends, family, summer activities, or just the weather scene from your own backyard, and your flowers, too. Whatever you think is interesting and want to share. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. That's it from the news desk here at BNews Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNews Director Rich Hosford and BNews reporters Tad Stefanak and Robert Paris. Thank you for joining us.